All right, in today's video, I'm gonna be sharing with you my top 3 real estate lead generation techniques that will work in 2022 and beyond. And that's coming up right now. Hey everyone, welcome back to Freedom Agents. My name is Marc Brenner. If this is your first time to the channel, welcome. Basically, what this channel is me telling you the exact strategies and techniques that I use as a real estate agent and team leader to be a multi-million-dollar producer. So it's all laid out there, it's all free. You can go through my old videos. There is a lot of gold there. You can apply these exact techniques in the exact same way. And if you're a new agent, or maybe you're an agent looking to take your game to the next level, these techniques should help you because they actually work in real life. All right, so today I'm going to be talking about the top 3 lead generation strategies in 2022. Really, they're going to work into 2023 and 2024, but they're very relevant right now. So if you're getting into real estate as a new agent, if you are a current agent looking to add more business, which we always are, these are the lead generation strategies, the types of leads that I would strongly encourage you to put all of your energy into. Now, if you're new in the game, you need to realize that all leads are not created equally, okay? We're looking for leads in real estate. We're looking for leads that we can convert to clients to help close deals. But there are such thing as very low quality leads, like I would say paid leads, Zillow leads, Realtor.com leads. These are leads that I would describe as very low quality. Why? Because these people do not know you at all. You are a complete stranger. You're essentially cold calling them when you get their information. So they're extremely difficult to convert, and they're often not the greatest people to work with for a lot of different reasons. So that is something I would describe as a low quality lead. But today we're gonna talk about the best quality lead generation. These are the leads that the people will reach out to you excited to speak with you, wanting to work with you, and that will usually be much easier to work with than, let's say, a paid lead. So let's get right into it. My top 3 real estate lead generation strategies in 2022. All right, coming in at number 1, you've heard me talk about it before. I need you to really understand how powerful and true this is. YouTube. YouTube is the best lead generation source in real estate, with referrals of family and friends tying it or coming in a close second. Now, I know that sounds crazy. How do you get leads from YouTube? You know, I can't become YouTube famous so that people want to work with me. Well, this is the beauty of it. So few realtors understand the power of YouTube and understand the opportunity there. So let me break it down for you in broad strokes. And again, I have entire videos dedicated to YouTube, so please check out my back catalog if you want to dive deep in on this. But anyway, why is YouTube the best lead generation source in 2022? Okay, number 1, it is free. I'm very much against paying for leads. This is a free lead generation source. And not only is it free, it's very inexpensive once you start. You do not need fancy equipment. I made most of my initial videos using a cell phone and a lavalier mic, like this one right here. Okay, so it does not have to be expensive. So it's free, the equipment is inexpensive. YouTube is also the 2nd largest search engine in the world. It is owned by the largest search engine in the world, Google. Okay, so YouTube is where people are searching for information, and so this is where you have to be. But unlike Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube is extra SEO optimized, okay? Meaning you can dial in SEO for YouTube way more so than any other social media platform, and it's searchable. This should be self-evident. YouTube videos are easy to find, okay? You can go back and find old YouTube videos from someone you like. Now think about this. It's a lot harder to do with Instagram or TikTok, especially if it's like a story or one of those vanishing pieces of content. Okay, it's very hard to go back and search a keyword term to find something that you were looking for. With YouTube, it really stays and exists in perpetuity. So when you make a video, it collects leads forever. people will continue to discover it. Now, the other great thing about YouTube and why it's such a huge opportunity is that very few realtors are using it in an effective way. Very few realtors are on YouTube because it's a higher barrier to entry. It's a little bit more complicated to create a YouTube account than it is an Instagram account. And then the realtors who have made a YouTube account are making videos about what it's like to be a real estate agent, and no one cares about that. So if you're already making YouTube videos and you're not getting any traction, what I would ask you is, are you making videos about the inspection process or the escrow process, or something to do with really being a real estate agent? If so, that's probably why you're not getting anyone to reach out to you. So listen, if you are going to go all in on YouTube, all you need to do is make videos about where you live. Now, the beauty of this is, even if you're a day one real estate agent, you probably know your neighborhood better than most. And so you can already share value with potential clients, even on your first day of being a licensed real estate agent. And if you want to know more about the type of content you should be making, again, check out my other videos all about using YouTube to generate leads. But here's a few more reasons why it's the best source of leads. Okay, when you develop a following on YouTube, these people celebritize you to some extent. They have watched hours and hours of your content. So they actually do, to some extent, know, like, and trust you. And so when they reach out and call you, they're very excited that you answer the phone. They're very excited to be able to talk to you in person. And there really isn't any debate on if they want to work with you. They're ready to sign the brokerage agreement. So these are very warm leads. These people like you already. Okay, these are some of the highest quality leads you can find in real estate, and no one is taking advantage of this. And again, you do not have to be famous on YouTube. You do not need 1 million subscribers. Okay, I just have a few thousand subscribers, and that generates about 80% of my overall real estate business. So it's extremely powerful. And there's actually like a dozen other little benefits of using YouTube. Like, once you get 1,000 subscribers, they start to pay you ad revenue. And you know, when people relocate from out of state, they usually need to sell a house, and you can get referral business based on that. So honestly, I could make an hour-long video about the benefits of YouTube real estate lead generation, but take my word for it, look into it, check out my other videos on this topic. YouTube is where you should be focusing your time as a real estate agent, okay? Make 2 videos a month. You can definitely do that. If you do that over a long enough time period, I guarantee your phone will start ringing. All right, number 2 on the list of the top real estate leads in 2022, I have your friend groups. Now, a lot of people take this for granted when they get into real estate, but the groups you're a part of are where your first business is most likely to come from. So if you're part of a church or some other faith-based group, that's a huge source of business for you. If you have a hobby, maybe you like to camp, maybe you like to hike, maybe you like to do yoga, whatever your hobby is, wherever you consistently see a group of people, this is a group that you need to plug into more, market to. Everyone in those groups needs to understand that you've made a career change, that you're a real estate agent now. So only you know what those groups are. It really runs a gamut, but anything you do socially, okay, anything you do socially with a group of people, you need to not take that for granted. Why? Because again, these people already know you, and to some extent, they probably like and trust you. Now, sure, some people in those groups you've never talked to, but they still are aware of you, right? And so that is a huge layer of defense that you've eliminated, as opposed to if you're cold calling someone, they don't know you. You're a stranger, they didn't ask you to call them. So those groups that you're a part of, the hobbies, the churches, anything extracurricular, okay, those groups are the people who you need to let know that you are a real estate agent, okay? All of those people need to go into your CRM, okay? And you need to call the people that you're really comfortable calling and just let them know that you've made the change into real estate and have a very natural conversation with them. Continue to market to them afterward. And for the people that you're maybe not comfortable calling, you need to put in work to get them to the point where you would feel comfortable calling them and they would accept your call. One of my hobbies is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and I work out at a school in Dunwoody, and so much business has come from that. It's actually a very consistent source of business for me because they know me as Mark, the real estate agent, and obviously I see these people quite frequently throughout the week, and it should be the same for you. You need to broadcast that you're a real estate agent now to these groups of people. So Don't sleep on your friend groups. Don't sleep on your hobby groups, your faith-based groups. These are the groups that you need to focus on. So, real talk, if I was a new real estate agent, or if I was any real estate agent and I was trying to refocus and really grow my business, if you could only focus on 2 things that would guarantee your success, and I really mean this, create a YouTube channel where you talk about your neighborhood and what it's like to live there, and create closer connections to your friend groups and hobby groups, and make sure they all know that you're a real estate agent, and make sure you're consistently connected with them. If you did that for 6 months, both of those initiatives, your business would really take off. I guarantee it. You would really hit a new level of your career because you would be consistently marketing to people who already know you, and you would be creating content where people would get to know you over time and want to call you. So, number 2 on the list, a close second behind YouTube, is your friend groups. All right, number 3 on the list, I have open houses. Okay, now once you get past friends and family, your sphere that you're already a part of, there's a lot of different lead generation techniques, okay? People cold call FSBOs and expireds, people door knock, people pay for leads, and people do open houses. And out of all the other techniques, right, that are floating out there that a lot of people try, I love open houses, okay? And here are a few reasons why. First of all, when you host an open house, you're very likely to talk to people who are actually looking to buy or sell a home. Now, of course, you got a plenty of neighborhood looky-loos who don't intend to buy or sell, but you are almost guaranteed, if you host an open house properly at a nice listing, to meet a lot of potential buyers. They might be represented, but I would say every open house that I've ever hosted, I've encountered at least one person or couple who was not represented and who was looking to buy or sell a property. So this is a great way to get in front of those people. And the beautiful part about this is they walked into your door. You did not cold call them. So they don't have quite the level of defensiveness as if you're cold calling. Now they still don't know you and they still have their guard up because they think of you as a salesperson, but it is a lower barrier to entry. Here's the real truth about open houses, and here's why I think it's not as popular and people give up. It's the way you go about your open house strategy. And I actually don't mean hosting the open house, what you do with the open house. That's less important. I mean the planning around the open house. And again, I have an entire video going deep on this topic, but here's what I mean. When new agents host open houses, what they do is, someone asks them to host an open house, or they see a posting for an open house and they volunteer. And they'll host open houses all over the neighborhood, all over the city, wherever you are. There'll be no consistency in the location or the type of home. So you're in random places all over the city. You're never seeing the same people over time. You're not creating any brand recognition. So here's how you go about creating highly effective open houses that will create brand recognition over time for you. You have to host your open houses in the same neighborhood over an extended period of time. Ideally, it would be the neighborhood that you either live in or for whatever reason are very familiar with. Again, this makes you an authority, and when people you're meeting at the open house are speaking with you, you can provide them real value because you know the area. As opposed to when I started hosting open houses, I would host them in random neighborhoods that I had spent very little time in, so I couldn't provide these people very much value. Okay, so that's the first part of the strategy for making effective open houses. It's not what you do with the open house, but here it is. It's hosting an open house in the same neighborhood over a period of 6 months to a year. Now, how do you do that? How do you control where you host an open house? Well, instead of volunteering when it's offered, you make an effort. Okay, you look at the new listings in the neighborhood you want to host open houses in. You find a nice listing at a price point you like, that you think will have a lot of traffic, and you call the listing agent. You introduce yourself and you say, hey, my name is so-and-so. I would love to host your listing open this weekend, Saturday and Sunday from 3 to 5. I have my own signs. I put out 13 to 15 signs. I provide same-day feedback. Now, some agents will be like, what the hell are you talking about? The smart agents will be like, oh my God, I would love that. Yes, please. Okay, so look, this might take some work. You might get some rejection, but you're either gonna do it or you're not at the end of the day. So call agents for new listings in the neighborhood you want to stay in until one of them says, yes, host my house open. Okay, so great. So now you're in the same neighborhood over a period of 6 months to a year. Here's the third final key piece. And again, I'm not even getting into what you should do with the open house because it's not as important as the prep. But the final piece to this puzzle is branded signs. Okay, this is a little bit of a financial investment, but it's well worth it. Think about how much people pay to get a billboard done. And you can pay just to have a sign made and put it in public land, and people will see your face almost as much. That's really underrated. So what you do is you get 10 to 15 branded signs with your face preferably, but at least your logo and your contact info. And every weekend you're putting out a lot of signs pointing to your open house. Now, what does this do? You know, first of all, it creates great marketing. People think you're professional. You have your own branded signs. They found the open house very easily, so that creates a positive impact. But the entire neighborhood is seeing your face in 15 different locations every weekend. Okay, this is how they get to know, like, and trust you. And then when they walk in your open house, they're like, oh my God, it's you, Mark. I see your face all over this neighborhood. And then if you live in that neighborhood, think about the connection that creates. So all of these factors together create a very powerful connection and lead generation source. So hosting open houses in the neighborhood that you're very familiar with, preferably with one that you live in, only stay in that neighborhood for 6 to 12 months. Call the agents on Monday or Tuesday each week to arrange the open house that you wanna host for the weekend, and then get your signs on Thursday or Friday or even Saturday morning. Put out your branded signs, marketing the open house. If you do this over a long enough period of time, first of all, you're going to get hot leads that come through your open house that you close right away, but you're going to be creating some serious brand recognition in that neighborhood. And if you couple this with doing something like sending out postcards or door knocking, you're really going to start to establish yourself as the authority, as the dominant agent in that market. So if you want more information about what to actually do at the open house, go check out that video. I'm not gonna get into it here. Honestly, people get so caught up in, you know, providing water or snacks and should I have them sign in or not sign in, or should I talk to them or not talk to them? Listen, at the end of the day, you have to collect people's information and follow up until they tell you that they wanna work with you or get lost. So that's really all you have to do with an open house. Okay, you wanna get their information and you do wanna create a rapport. There's a lot of stuff that goes into that, but I want you to hear the framework for open houses that can take it from a random task that's not gonna develop any momentum to a very targeted, specific strategy that's gonna create brand recognition and a lot of hot business. All right, so there you have it. Those are my top 3 real estate lead generation strategies in 2022. Guys, this is stuff that I use. These are the bedrock of my business, so you know it works. Don't overcomplicate it. If you want more detail, I have full-length videos about each of these topics, so go make sure you check that out. Don't overthink it, just go start taking action and wait. If you take action consistently over a long enough period of time, and you don't get caught up in instantaneous results, you will develop momentum and you will have success with these very techniques. And honestly, I said 2022, this is gonna be very relevant going into next year in 2024. These are all huge ways you can compete with the big tech companies that are trying to take your commission. So I truly hope that provided you some value. Hope it got you excited about your ability to succeed in a very tough game. I know you can do it. If you wanna talk more about this, link in the description below. You can always book a Zoom call with me. You can always reach out. We love it when agents reach out to us for coaching or partnership or whatever you want to talk about. So thank you so much for watching. After this video, go right into one of my next videos about either YouTube or open house or friends and family lead generation. And until my next video, I'll see you next time.